Hello guys, welcome. Welcome to another episode of Ripster Daily Trade Recaps and Teachings. Very late recap today, but I still wanted to get it out because we had such a bullish day on the market. Just before I start, I'm just going to do a quick recap, quick introduction, not a big introduction. For you can watch my previous videos if you need an introduction on what's all this about. So anyways, all these trades, all these teachings, everything that we're going to discuss here is from the ideas that I share in the community, where thousands of traders are trading, or any ideas that tweet out on Twitter, or any ideas that I discuss on the previous YouTube videos, right? We work on a repeatable trading system, Ripster EMA Clouds, that thousands of traders across the world use to trade successfully, and we have repeatable setups. Basically, we repeat. That's how we try to make consistent money in the markets. When our setup doesn't work, we lose a small bit. When it works, we have good profits. So that's how we trade professionally, trade consistent in the stock market, be it a day trade, swing trade, or investment. Anyways, every morning we share this plan. We have a game plan all on the stocks, and we have the levels for all the stocks. Uh, so we have these levels. So this was the plan. There's a bunch of news. We'll go through them. So these were our levels today. And then we have levels for the crypto stocks, coin, MSTR, and then we have daily levels for SPY, QQQ, IWM. Then we have something called day 2, day 3 strategy that we use. That's another repeatable strategy that I use and to trade. And then we also have the low float game plan and the penny stocks that we can trade during the day. I'm on the voice first few hours of the market open. I'm on the live screen, and market guidance, trade ideas, anything I'm taking. We are not an alert service. Everybody in our community works with the system, but I try to guide, and of course I'll show you the trades that I'm guiding or any trades I'm taking. For example, today Tesla, AMD, they were big winners, and I guided everyone all day. And we have all the tools in the community. We have our option flow, scanners, news bots, right? You don't really need anything once you come into our community, and it's educational community, trading community. That's where we discuss all this. That's where all these ideas are from. Anyways, that's a quick introduction. Let's start. So let's talk about the market, right? So what happened in the market today? If I go to the SPY and if I talk about QQQs, so SPY basically broke out of the all-time highs today. Okay, and that's what SPY did. We talked about this level, and it held the all-time highs. And QQQ was also gapped up and trying to break out of this big pivot recent highs. That's 485. So that's what we have to watch tomorrow. So anyways, this morning when we opened up, we had a gap up. When there's a gap up in the market, there's always risk of the gap fill. That's why we were short SPY. So you can see that we were short SPY right at open from 930, and we were short into our target 3450. Right, our 3450 is always our target. So you see that how we were short on SPY here, and it hit 3450 and 10 a.m. trend time. That was a good short, $2-3 good. 30-40% on the options, maybe more on the zero DTs. You make profit, and then you exit, and because the market is bouncing, turning bullish. So remember this concept. So SPY was weak. QQQ was not that weak. QQQ was still holding, but even QQQ pulled back and bounced. But what happened there was, so that was the first short trade on SPY. And then what happened on QQQ was you could short scalp it. When it's rejecting this area, you could short scalp. But at 10 a.m. you need to be ready for the reversal. You can pause the screen, see my time span guidance. As soon as it started to reverse, that's when I longed QQQ. You can see that at 10 a.m. reversal, longed QQQ, longed TQQQ, and longed Q. And when it ran, we logged that initial QQQ profits, and then it pulled back, and then it's held the trend. You can still long it, and there was all day guidance. There was this breakout that was happening. So SPY was bullish all day. Very simple. Today's reads were very simple. They were not complex. So that's how we traded SPY. QQQ showed the SPY at the first half an hour. Your entries has to be closer to there, and then you bounce, long bounce here, right? You can see that where it says TQQ long with QQQ, and you could easily long that TQQQ from this bounce right here from 482s to 485s, and then keep some runners, hold the trend, trade the long all the way. And what this gave us, the SPY QQQ strength, that we could long or everything else, Apple, Tesla, AMD, so those good ones, and that's what we're going to look at it. So very easy trade, not a huge range today, only 63% ATR, but it was a decent to make some profits in the market. All right, today's trades were nice because not only the market was bullish, and of course we had the rate cuts yesterday, right? We have the rate cuts, so that was a fundamentally bullish perspective that we had on the rate cuts, right? So that was good. Then we had market strong. We had a VIX which was weak. I didn't talk much about VIX today. I'm going to focus. But then the stocks were strong. The Tesla was strong, but Tesla was a technical setup. What was it? So Tesla was the technical setup that Tesla was that I went. And by the way, today it was a lot of flow coming in. We have all these flow scanners that we use. Ghost board is what we use. We have others as well. We had the flow alerts all day. All day the flow was coming in. I like to see flow with the trend. I don't care if the flow is opposite of what I'm trying to do, but it gives me added conviction to long, right? It gives me the added conviction to long something, right? To long have make those profits on those have a good size on those long setups. When I see the option flow that so Tesla was similarly, there was a gap setup. Learn the gap setups. I have thousands of example. If you go to Twitter, I gave this setup before and after, right? Even on the Twitter I gave the setup. Easy setup, right? These are setups you make big profits on. These are the days you grow your portfolio, right? That's what I try to teach everyone. Don't get dejected when there's a choppy day. There's nothing. Days like today you can make much more for the days which you didn't do anything. So that's a trader success mentality. That's not money mentality. This is the success mentality. Anybody who was shorting today, he was getting blasted, but our system is long. All day we were long. Anyways, we had a flow alert. That was a good alert right at the open. Then our pivots were breaking out. You can see the Tesla pivots to 34.75 to 35.68, the levels I gave in the pre-market. They were breaking out, and we were confirmed long over 235s, right? So that was a confirmed long over 235s. And then it's nothing much to talk about it. It was all day guidance. We do not cut until our 512 breaks. So once we add a 235s plus, we do not cut it. We just hold it all day long as the Ripster clouds hold. And you just roll your profits. The options goes 100%. You buy another options. You hold. If you have 1,000 shares, you take off 400, 500, 200, and you just ride and maximize your profit as long as the system tells you. So this is the system. This is the EMA Cloud system. Levels, support levels, resistance is most important. And yeah, very simple trade. The daily chart was a beautiful breakout into the gap. Do not forget the daily charts. Daily charts are very important. This trade would have not been the same if I was not looking at the daily chart. So you have to look at the daily chart if you want really to have a conviction on your day trade as well. All right, let's go to the next one. So next one we're going to discuss is AMD. AMD was one of my favorite today because there's many reasons why. One thing was I did post this chart on AMD. AMD was just getting out of that 150 psychological and Fibonacci levels that I draw from highs to the lows, and there was a 0.5 Fibonacci. It's just a retracement. I can't spend too much time talking about Fibonacci. Watch my previous videos, but AMD was giving me added confidence that it is a good one today, right? I'm just going to show you recap here because the daily chart I just showed you was breaking out. Market was long and market was bullish. All that. So all that comes in and that gives us a confidence that yes, AMD is good long. I actually gave it a long even before this confirmed breakout. AMD, I was on the voice talking about it, and there's no reason to cut AMD all day for us. There's all day guidance, all day targets meeting on AMD. You can see that. So AMD was beautiful trade up for us all day until it broke here. I said exit AMD because it because it breaking the 512s. So yeah, so another big trade, between AMD and Tesla. A lot of community was, huge winner. You can see a lot of community was trading Tesla today. Actually, Tesla was a big one. There was many other trades. I didn't trade much. I was busy creating a webinar this morning, but these were the trades that I was guiding the community, and that kind of really worked out for everyone. And you can see I'm talking about confirmed longs. It's not like I'm saying something BS. So I like it or whatever, right? It's a long. It's along with the system. It's a confirmed long, right? I'm putting that conviction in to my community, and even when I tweet about it, not only my community, that it's a confirmed long, so it gives the confidence to long it, and we have the flow. So this was a great, another great examples of a beautiful trend day, all day trend on AMD. Beautiful. Let's go to the next one. So there was some other setups in the community. There was MBLY, which was from our game plan this morning. MBLY long versus the cloud pullback. MTF is right above it. So basically, MBLY had a news, Intel supporting it. So there was many reasons to stay long on MBLY. There was one reason was it's been beaten down on that news. Then Intel is selling it as well. Daily bearish chart, but it was good enough to have this long trade today. From the game plan, if you see the levels that I gave, it broke out of those levels right away, 1270, and then it pushed over the MTF clouds. Big push retest of the MTF clouds and the Ripster clouds, and then push again, right? So you can see the timestamp guidance here. So it was a good scalp for a small trade. We'll watch it for a swing. It's still, 1 hour has turned bullish, but daily is still bearish. So there are literally many trades. There were weak stocks as well today, but there were more stocks on the strong strength side that we were long. I didn't even look too much on the news plays because the market plays were doing so good. The next one we're going to discuss is Meta. So what was Meta today? So Meta was all-time high breakout, right? If you go to our game plan, we specifically mentioned that all-time high on the Meta, and then we give our levels on Meta, right? So you see that. So that was Meta. So Meta broke out. It's very easy. If you do not understand all this, go to Ripster Education, learn the charting. I provide a lot of basic information, because if you don't understand the charting, the setup, how the technicals work, it will be hard for you to make money in the stock market, right? So anyways, you see there's no top resistance on Meta. It's breaking all-time highs. So Meta was pushing right out of the gate. There was a lot of flow, actually. There was a lot of flow on our screens today. Meta had a lot of flow. We traded with flow, also gave on the Meta the confidence as well. So you see all the community today was just trading Meta all day. Beautiful trades on Meta. So let's see. My main focus was Apple and Tesla, but definitely Meta was a nice trade from the game plan. The setup was easy, and you can see here, you won't be taking the longs here, but when you start to see this, you take longs here on the 3450 bounce, right? So that was the trade on Meta, and this was the same time when the QQQ was breaking out, right? All right, let's look at the next one. Yeah, this was one of our swing winners, Apple. I've been, we're talking about it every day now, but the Apple trade was, again from the 215, it was very, very easy setup. You can see that if I extend this right here, even if I take it off, let's just take it off, right? What is this? What do you see here? That you clearly, what you see is, there is this support bounce on Apple, right? So you see that 1, 2, 3. So this is what the support resistance looks like. Why did we add swing on Apple? Because there was a support 1, 2, 3, 215 buyer. So that was the zone, that's the range in which Apple trades. Now it's coming to our swing target because it's coming to resistance here. But if it breaks out, we can still push higher to the all-time highs. We'll see how that goes. But you can see that, this was the swing. I gave it on Twitter as well. So you can see swing up huge, and we talk, and there was a call flow coming in, and and I gave the 230 targets for today, and we hit that 230 target. So you see swing up, swing was moving out of the gate, and it was a long for us. Hold the hold, no reason to cut. And I did talk about that, as long as 512s hold, as long as market is strong, hold, right? So I talked about all these things today, that we need to hold as long as the market's strong. That's why you get those exponential winners. Apple was another easy one. I'm pretty happy with the way we executed the market today. The another one which I really liked today was PayPal, and PayPal was on our news game plan. There were many other plays I don't have time to discuss today. The community traders, all the senior traders in the community, literally nailed it today. But I'm just showing you the setups that I was guiding and I was trading, and I was part of it. So PayPal, the story with the PayPal is, right, PayPal is breaking out of this nice base. So that's what I discussed this morning as well, that PayPal is breaking out of this nice base, and it was on our game plan right here. Let's see where PayPal is. Gap fill under the clouds, long or rate. The 75 was our top level on PayPal. And once PayPal broke out of that, it was off to races. Ripster EMA Clouds. Daily chart breakout is very important. Do not trade anything without the importance of daily charts. You need to understand the daily charts, the weekly charts, what the daily chart is telling you, what's the psychology of daily charts. So daily chart is telling you there's a breakout happening, breakout out of the resistance, breakout out of that resistance level. You can see that right here. So that tells you that we can break out and push more, and we do have macro fundamentals are, macro is bullish today, and we have a Goldman Sachs rating and all that, so it's definitely bullish. By the way, Apple had news, Tesla had news, everything we put it in our game plan, and so that was the plan today on a PayPal. Let's look at the next one. So next one we're just going to look at is a CrowdStrike, CRWD. So CRWD was it was on the watch list. Bunch of upgrades and reiterations of the bullish. But anyways, my bias was bullish in the pre-market, but there was MTF resistance above, and once it broke MTF clouds, and then it pushed higher to 284. It was a decent trade in the community. I didn't take it, but just wanted to recap. Yeah, let's quickly recap one more. I just want to show you something. Baba. So Baba was gapping up this morning, and I had a kind of I was waiting to see if it breaks 87. We can short it. It was kind of a short scalp right at the open. Let's see here. So far right away it was breaking 512. So it was a short right when it was breaking down here at the open at the 930, right from 87.60s. I was scalping it short, but when 87 held, I kind of exited, right? And after that, it kept up, down, up, down, up, down. So you see that it's never breaking our Ripster 3450 cloud. That's our golden rule. As long as something is over that, it's not really a short. So I'm not going to get a gap fill if it keeps holding that, that 3450s. That's how we build our repeatable systems. It's a game of probabilities. I have thousands of examples of this working, so it's not really worth it. You could scalp it. I personally am not a fan of the small range, but you can see clearly this level held once, twice, and there was no short. So just wanted to talk about this, how we trade at the open on the gap ups. All right, guys. Sorry for the late video. Just wanted to put out a few of these trades today. Take care. Bye.